Oh, they beat me with hammers.
So, like, maybe you were forced to read this for school or something, or like whatever. But like, this is the story of this by like William Shakespeare. He looks like, kind of looks like that. He's got a nose, and so like there'll be these two people. There'll be this guy. His name is Macbeth, and then there's this other guy, and his name is Banquo. And they be pals and stuff. And Macbeth is, they're both like warlord people. They're like generals, and they're good friends. And they work for this other guy. His name, His name is Duncan, and he's the king. And he's like, yo, I'm the king, man. I do the thing. You work under me. And they're like, yeah, why not? Whatever, dude. So they're coming home from like a big battle, and they come up, and there's like these witches in the middle of nowhere, and these witches be like, yo, it's the king. And Macbeth be like, what is happening? What are y'all talking about? And they be like, yo, you gonna be king, homeboy. You gonna be king. And Banquo too. But, like, not really. His kid's gonna be king. But, like, Macbeth, you gonna be king. That's so rad, dude. Like, go make that happen. That's, like, really cool. So then, you know, they're also like, yo, there's gonna be, like, there's like a land guy, and his name is the Fleance Carter, and, like, there's a couple other guys, too. But, like, they don't dip. They don't, like, die or something, and you're gonna like take care of that too. But like that's neither here nor there. And they're like, yo, they tripping. So they go back and they're like, yo, Duncan, that was weird. They're like, we just met some like green people saying like the thing in the Carter is like gonna get iced or something. And then Duncan's like, yo, dog, you are the thing in Carter. And Macbeth is like, yo, what the hell just happened? I just got promoted. Ain't that cool? And Banquo's like, yo, that's so cool, dude. That's awesome. And the Duncan's like, hey, why don't we all go over your place and we'll have like a cool banquet or whatever, cause you just got like giga promoted, you own a bunch of land and stuff now. And Macbeth is like, okay, everyone come over my castle. And so they all go to the castle. So then Macbeth goes back to like the castle where he lives, and then his wife be like, yo, what happened? You were out for a long time. Macbeth's like, yo, dog, there was like these ladies in the woods, and they said that I was gonna be like a big landowner and then king. And then I became the landowner, so I'm probably gonna be king. And then Lady Macbeth is like, yo, that's rad and all, but like, you should go do it. Macbeth is like, what? And Lady Macbeth is like, yo, go be the king, yo. Don't wait for it to fall in your lap. Go take it by the roots. And everyone's at the house, and they're having a good time, and they're partying, whatever. And like, Lady Macbeth is like, yo, the king of Scotland is at your house. Go knock him, bro. And Macbeth is like, I don't want to do it. I'm gonna get caught. And then Lady Macbeth is like, yo, he brought some of his guards with him, but like, I can go get him drunk and make him pass out so they suck. And then we can go blame his death on them. And Macbeth is like, okay, that's a really cool idea. So he goes into the room with Duncan, and he ices Duncan and kills him. And then what's it called? Like, he's dead. But then there's this other guy. His name is Macduff, and he's like a noble from round the way. Like, he's like, yo, McB, yo, you so cool. And he's like, yo, dog, you ain't supposed to be here right now. And he's like, yo, I meant to come in before, but like, I figured I'd just drop in. Not like y'all doing anything or anything. So then he goes to say hi to the king, but the king's dead in his bed. And y'all, he goes back to Macbeth and he's like, yo, dude, somebody killed the king in your house. And bro's like, what? No. What? Who? What? No. Who could have done that? But good thing Lady Macbeth put the knives that they killed Duncan with, they put them on like these guards. So Lady Macbeth is like, yo, I think they did it though. And then Macbeth is like, yo, I'm gonna like take care of it, don't you worry. So then he goes off and he narcs the other two guards so that they don't tell on him. And he comes back and it's like, yo, they be tripping, they be fibbing and shit. So then Duncan's like, yo, okay, well, you're the Thane of Cawdor, second in line to the king, and the king's dead. Hey, dog, you the king now. And Macduff's like, oh, what, really? And Lady Macbeth's like, yo, I told you. And Banquo is like, yo, that's so cool. The prophecy is true. That means that my kid is also going to be the king. And Macbeth says, what the hell? What do you mean your kid's going to be king? And he's like, yo, dude, I got a kid, his name is Fleance. And, like, the prophecy said that you're going to be Thane of Cawdor, then you're going to be king, then my kid going to be king. So, like, that's so rad. And then Macbeth is like, oh my god, this is bad. I just got king, and now, like, they're going to take it from me. And Macbeth is like, hey, whatever, that's, like, fine, I'll go away. So like, yo, this man's my bro. Banquo is my man. I can't ice him. So Lady Macbeth's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Like, I feel bad about the king thing too, but that's okay. So they get like a bunch of nobodies. I'll just draw them real quick. This two people. There's another head there, and it's like, yo, go kill him. And then they're like, okay. And then he's like, yo, don't forget the kid too. And then they're like, okay. And then they go up there, and then they ice Banquo, but they don't kill his kid. His kid be getting away. His kid, no way, he's small. His kid is named Fleance. There's his kid. So then, like, they go back to Macbeth, and then they're like, yo, we did what we could, Home Slice, but, like, we can't get it all. We got the big guy, though, and we're like, I don't care about the big guy. You were supposed to kill the kid. And they're like, yo, my bad, homie. What else can I do for you? And then there's like, Macbeth is like, just wait a second. So we go back to Lady Macbeth, and he's like, yo, my friend is dead, and the person that I actually wanted dead isn't dead. This is really bad. And then Lady Macbeth is like, yo, how about this? You go back to those witch ladies, and the witch ladies go tell you what for. And Macbeth is like, oh my god, that's really smart. So he goes over to like the witches below in the damn forest, and there's people here. He goes up there and he's like, yo, dude, like, things aren't going very well for me. How do I stop this? And they're like,
yo, I can't tell you everything, but I'll tell you enough. They're like, yo, I would watch out for that Macduff guy. Like, he ain't important, but, like, he will be important. So, like, just watch out on him.
Like, just watch out for this guy. And he's like, yeah, that's just generally good advice. So the second guy is, like,
dude, you can't get hurt by anyone that is born by a woman. Like, born of woman. You can't do it. It's impossible. I foretell it in the stars.
And then Big B is like, that's everything. That's everyone. That's okay. That's very nice. And then the other guy is like,
yo, you will lose your status as king when these bitch-ass trees in the forest come walking towards your castle.
And then McBee's like, that's a really weird analogy, but like, I get it, you know, kind of like when pigs fly. And then the witches are like,
I didn't say that.
And they were like, yo, okay, whatever. I thank you for the information. So then he goes back and he's like, yo, lady, I got the news. I'm pretty much untouchable. But like, just in case, because I don't know what the whole like Macduff thing was about, let me get those people that failed me before. And let me go have them just like ice that guy at his castle, just in case. You know? So then the robbers go off and they go to his castle, but he's not at his castle, just his wife and kids. So they're like, yo, I might as well do what I came here to do. So they ice his wife and kids. But then Macduff gets back and he's with a few of his buds and he's like, you know, planning his moves. And he's like, yo, who the hell killed my whole family? Who did that? You know what? There's a lot of murder going about. You know, that Banquo guy's dead. Macduff is dead. I think McBee has something to do with this. This is like an all-out war. I feel like I should take my power as like a wealthy noble guy, and I should get together like a whole-ass army of people. And so he does. He gets like a whole-ass army of people, and they all got these giant shields. Just imagine this is the whole army here. So the army comes around and they're at the gates and they're like, bang bang, let us in, bro. We gonna knock your shit up. And McBee is like, yo, I can't be hurt by no like son of man. I don't really care. But then he realizes that all the big shields that everyone got, they're made of the trees that the witches were talking about. And he's like, yo, a bunch of trees just walked up on the palace. This is really bad. And then they massacre everything and they breach through the front gates and they get in. And Macduff is like, yo, you be killing everyone. Let me do you the same thing. Let me do you the same fortune. And, oh yeah, it's not important to the story, but maybe Lady like goes insane or whatever and dies. It's not that big of a deal. So McBee and Macduff are like bickering with each other, and he's like, yo, but I got one more trick up my sleeve. Them witches be like, yo, you can't die to anyone that was born of a woman. And like, Macduff is like, yo, I wasn't born of a woman. And bro's like, what the hell? How does that even work? And he's like, I had a C-section when I was born, so technically I wasn't really born, you know? And he's like, oh shit, you alright. So they fight, and Macduff gets his head cut off. And Macduff is like, yo, I did it. I did everything. But like, since everyone is dead, you know who's gonna be the new king of Scotland? Cause everyone's dead. This little bro of the dead guy before Banquo, like his son Fleance. He the king now. Hell yeah. Woo. And that's the whole thing. I might have skipped over a little bit of it, but like I think that's most of it.